Real quickly before we begin, I want to thank this video's sponsor, CarMarshal.com. CarMarshal.com can save you lots of money on buying used or new vehicles, cars, trucks, school buses. If you want to save money, I'll have a link in the description down below. I know I'm going to...
Good evening from Olympic Park in Baja. Americans here with a good chance to increase their medal count tonight. More on the Olympic Games in just a moment. But let's begin with what police in Florida are calling an unimaginable accident. The fatal shooting of a civilian volunteer as she took part in a Citizens Police Academy training drill. The 73-year-old woman seen in these photos at the drill moments before she was killed when real bullets were somehow fired in what was supposed to be a demonstration. How does something like that happen?
Today we have an update on sexual harassment claims against Punta Gorda's police chief. The accusations come from the police department's former public information officer.
Of an internal investigation. This is after reportedly using a taser to subdue a 91-year-old man during a disturbance.
Corner staying on top of the story of a Charlotte County woman wrongfully arrested by the Punta Gorda Police Department. Four Corner investigator Dave Culbreth has been combing through pages of documents, and he joins us live tonight with what he's found. Dave?
New video from a police training exercise that turned deadly. The surveillance showing the moment a police officer shot and killed a retired librarian.
Live from Southwest Florida's news source, this is Fox 4 News at 6.
Step outside the line.
Well, things getting heated at a community meeting in Punta Gorda today. Tempers flaring during the regular Coffee with a Cop forum.
When real bullets were somehow fired in what was supposed to be a demonstration. How does something like that happen? How does something like that happen? How does something like that happen? How does something like that happen?
And private first class, Katie Heck, in the studio with us right now. How you doing?
Great. We're great.
Got a great event coming up. Now, Katie, it's been a while since you've been on the show, but you work with the canines.
Yes. One of the great things about what's going on right now is you're going to have a chance to see Jedi again in action, which was my former police canine.
That's right, yeah.
He is now being handled by my younger brother, who also works for our department. Yes.
Wow, that's cool. Kind of little family affair there.
Yes. The former police captain shared on the stand.
I went over the nomenclature of the weapon itself. The fact that even though these are detergent rounds, they are live rounds.
That night, the then captain also inspected the simulation gun given to Mary Knowlton, along with a detective.
Cleared it, made sure that the magazine was clear.
Then took out one at a time, handed it to him, he checked it again, and then placed it into the magazine.
Okay, and so would you consider that to be a safety check?
Yes.
With a half-dozen law enforcement officers on the stand so far, no one knows who, if anyone, was given the role of safety officer or was checking guns, although some say it's up to the officer.
Lee Cole, the officer who pulled the trigger, is facing manslaughter charges. He's also facing a civil lawsuit on Florida's East Coast when he worked for the Miramar Police Department. A man is suing Cole for pulling him from the back of a police car by his ankles. Cole resigned before an internal investigation was completed.
Police Chief Thomas Lewis accepted full responsibility this week for the fatal shooting of a retiree during a training exercise. The Florida officer who pulled the trigger seemed to have a questionable career record. Officer Lee Cole is on administrative leave for shooting and killing 73-year-old Mary Knowlton. Earlier this week, Cole was investigated regarding an arrest in October 2015, during which a man was mauled by his police dog for several minutes. But in June, the dashcam video of Cole's dog attacking the man went viral, and the Punta Gorda police began receiving death threats. Cole was asked to resign from his previous job with a Florida police department in 2013 for failure to satisfactorily complete the agency field training program.
For pulling him from the back of a police car by his ankles. Cole resigned before an internal investigation was completed.
Put your legs straight out, sir.
The Punta Gorda police chief says he and his officers are receiving death threats because of video taken 8 months ago. The man seen here is claiming the officer used too much force in tracking him down and letting the canine attack because his bike didn't have lights. This story getting so much reaction, the Punta Gorda PD took down its Facebook page. Today, NBC2's Tim Ronca dug into the officer's file.
Keep it down, Look out for us now.
This video has now been seen across the country, and Police Chief Tom Lewis is now getting threats both over the phone and in emails like this one, which says, quote, "I hope Tom is shot in the face."
I have people calling me at home at night on my cell phone, emails, Officer Cole, myself, and a lot of other staff members have received death threats over this.
He says the negative response is largely coming from outside the city, but around Punta Gorda, he's seeing mostly support.
The police department is always open to criticism. Bottom line is we don't always get it right.
The video has called into question the background of Officer Lee Cole, which, according to personnel files we obtained, shows he once had his badge stripped after accusations of excessive force. This while he worked for Miramar Police. However, an investigation showed he simply made 2 policy violations. Other than that, he has positive reviews in Punta Gorda. But an attorney representing the man in the video thinks Cole is still too aggressive.
Well, I think the video shows a clear excessive use of force.
Chief Lewis has doubled down on the defense of his department, writing a letter to the community saying Cole has been retrained and the canine policy made more clear.
We took immediate action. We reviewed it the very next day. We took Spirit out of service.
In Punta Gorda, Tim Branca, NBC2.
Good evening from Olympic Park in Baja. Americans here with a good chance to increase their medal count tonight. More on the Olympic Games in just a moment. But let's begin with what police in Florida are calling an unimaginable accident. The fatal shooting of a civilian volunteer as she took part in a Citizens Police Academy training drill. The 73-year-old woman seen in these photos at the drill moments before she was killed when real bullets were somehow fired in what was supposed to be a demonstration. How does something like that happen? 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 How does something like that?
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I just wanted you to know that I am using this stuff under fair use. And also remember to like and subscribe this channel. Also too, keep in mind I do not make any money on YouTube. This is 5 hours work a day, you know, fighting for freedom. And you can donate with PayPal and Patreon. I just want you to think about this. If everybody gives to PayPal and Patreon, Patreon is every month. Actually, PayPal you can do every month. I have 12,000 subscribers. If everybody gives, I can quit my regular job and go full-time investigations on Charlotte County and possibly even more and beyond. So just keep that in mind. If everybody helps out, I can go full-time doing this. Thanks.